Hi, my name is Bella Plakin, and I'm a BQH and QHHT practitioner located in Colorado. I wanted to share this really amazing session with you that I had with one of my repeat clients. She's very connected and got some wonderful information that a lot of things that are on the minds of everybody right now, both light workers and the collective. We talk about the financial system, COVID 19, lots of journeys to Lemuria, galactic things. We've managed to connect with her guides. It's a really great session, and I think everybody would get something out of it. So I have attached the audio and I hope you all enjoy it. And if you are interested in talking to me about a session, below this post, you can find my website address. I hope you enjoy the journey and hope to talk to you all soon. Bye bye. Quietly breathing. All right. And put your right hand on your heart. I'm doing the same. And we're going to breathe just for a while, deep breathing in and out. Nice yoga breath. There you go. And you're just kind of feeling that expansion in your chest, and you're physically feeling your hand very softly moving up and down. And with each breath, you're relaxing just a little bit more. You're going to let go of any thoughts, any of the human stuff, all the things that occupy your mind every day, the concerns, and just relax. Just relax. Now imagine that it's your heart that's breathing. You're taking the breaths through that center, that heart chakra, in and out. And as you're breathing, you can almost feel the breath move all the way through your body. And you're relaxing deeper and deeper as you do this. And as you're breathing in and out with your heart, it's your heart that is making that connection with the higher realms. With your heart. That's the best connection that there is. Okay, in and out. Just take a moment, because your heart knows all the answers to your questions. It knows where we want to go and what is best for you to hear right now. And we're connecting with Source every time you breathe. So there you go. Now you just need to listen to my voice. And as you're listening to my voice, you're letting everything fall in deeper, deeper and deeper. So we're gathering here now in this safe and sacred place and asking only that the highest and most divine original source energy, beings and expressions to be allowed to participate with us. I invite Laura's guides, her angels, her soul group and family, her team, councils, my higher self, and my team and councils and soul family to connect as well and participate in Laura's journey for the most thorough and accurate information we are able to receive. And now that Laura is surrounded by all of our combined teams, we ask that our and their energy amplify together and broadcast Laura's intentions for this session across all the realms and universes and multi-dimensional reality to support her and protect her. And we ask for the most benevolent and wondrous outcome of all. And you're connected in this way to the highest and purest and most divine original source beings and energy, you can rest assured that you're safe and protected, and surrounding yourself with these beings and infused with the light of Source, you will begin to feel maybe a warmth or some sort of vibration or just a deep knowingness and a peace and a certainty that you have the ability to access any wisdom that you're seeking. With each breath, this truth is going to vibrate deeper within your body and within your bones and your blood and your cells, your DNA. And at the same time, this connection is going to expand your consciousness and awareness. You find it easy to release the idea of anything at all needing to be any certain way. And you find that it's a very nice feeling that way. So leave your physical body with me here and now, and I'll take care of you in the softest possible way, and just follow my voice, and I'll be right here beside you the whole time. So let's imagine that you're sitting outside in a beautiful open landscape of your choosing, in a space. It's not exactly here, yet not exactly out there either. It's familiar in the deepest sense of your very essence of being. And what is in this space is only truth and peace and quiet and stillness and oneness in itself. This is presence. You just are. You just be. Nothing here is holding you down, and nothing can hold you back. And nothing can keep you from where you need to go. This is your day and time, right here and right now. The ultimate peace and stillness and silence. So beautiful. It's just you, just being. Now, imagine, if you can and if you will, the air in the space right in front of you begins to shimmer and shift and sparkle. And you begin to see something appearing before you. It's like it's right there in the air, and you're opening into another space and almost looks like a tunnel. And you watch and you're amazed and you wonder and you feel your whole body is beginning to smile. And as you watch, you notice that at the end of the tunnel, there's a moving, swirling, beautiful crystalline type light. And this light is magnificent and bright. And it's the most beautiful, sparkling, platinum, golden, silvery combination light you've ever seen. And what this is pure photonic light. And you know what you see before you is a living consciousness portal. It's a sacred portal gateway. And your spirit begins to very lightly rise up and away from your human form. And your deep essence of you moves very gently, taking your time towards the light. We're going to go through this beautiful cosmic portal of light now. And as we go through it, you see all of the stars and all of the many worlds and all of the lives you've lived and haven't yet lived. All the loves you have known and are yet to know. All of your family here and now and then. And when all and everything you have ever known as any being or a non-being, and there is home. And so you float into the light and find yourself amidst a space so vast and big, with colors so clear and unique and beautiful that they're all yours. They're your colors alone. And as you float, you feel so safe, so warm and comfortable. You are traveling to the most relevant time. You're traveling to the most necessary place right now through dimensions that you know and don't know, through the very essence of the light. You're moving and you're just traveling and floating. So peaceful. Floating very gently to the most necessary time. Floating to the most relevant place. And moving through the barriers of where you thought you could not go any further. You're moving through those barriers right now. These barriers you're moving through are where you have never been before and never before imagined you could go. But you do go because you can. And you yourself are the very essence of this beautiful moving light. Arriving here now is the most relevant time and in the most necessary place. And as the movement slows down, you begin to get your bearings. And as the movement stops, you begin to feel your specific point of view. This is now, here, in this time, in this place, is the most relevant and necessary time and place to be. And as you feel yourself now in this particular time and place, I would love for you to tell me the very first things that you see, or the very first impressions that you have as you begin to understand where you are and what is happening around you. What is the first thing you see?
I see a lot of purple.
Okay, beautiful.
And I see flickering yellow light.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It feels like a void.
A void. Okay. Are you alone in this void?
It feels like it.
Okay. Look around some more and just look kind of around in different directions and tell me if there's anything else that you see aside from the light.
There's so much going on in my inner eye where I'm seeing,
Okay.
I'm seeing light and flickers.
Okay, let's sit with that.
I'm not seeing in my mental mind.
Let's see how you feel in this place. As we're in this void, do you feel that you have a physical form, or are you light?
I feel like I am not physical.
Okay. Let's be in this place. Very slowly, let's move forward until we arrive in the next place. Very slowly, very gently through the void. And when you reach the end of this void, taking your time, tell me what the first things are you see.
I remember having this problem the last time when I was
Okay.
unable to see physicalness.
Okay. Do you feel the physicality?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you're in light. You're light. So we're gonna let's just keep moving through this void. Because that's what a void is. It's a place we move through to get from one place to the next. So very slowly and quietly, can you feel yourself moving? Imagine yourself just moving, just gently moving. And that's okay. And tell me if anyone comes to meet you.
If I try to focus
Okay.
outside of these colors and things that I'm seeing in my third eye,
Right.
if I'm flying above and seeing a stream of water,
Perfect. Let's
if I
focus.
was looking down at it.
That's what we want to do. Very, very good. So let's look at this stream. Let's enjoy this moment and look at the stream. As you're looking at the stream, take a look on either side and tell me, is there any kind, what does the land look like on either side of the stream? What else is there?
Well, obviously, there's trees. I'm really high above it.
Right.
It meanders. It doesn't shift or break. It's just
Okay.
kind of serpentine.
Let's follow the stream for a while and see where it leads us. And as we're following the stream, let's come down. Feel yourself maybe coming a little bit down from where you're at, closer to the water and the trees. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Let's do that. And tell me what happens next.
It feels very primitive.
Okay. Can you smell anything? Is there any kind of fragrance or smell?
It's very marshy, and of course, you could smell the grass and the humidity.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear?
I don't. It feels very natural. I don't sense people or buildings or civilization.
Okay. Are there any sounds?
Just birds and bugs.
Okay. Very, very good. It's a very natural place. How do you feel in this place?
Pristine.
Very good. Is it a safe place?
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. So let's keep following the stream, getting closer to the trees and closer to the water. And let's keep moving forward until we arrive at a time and place where something important happens. And when you get to this place, we're going to move until we get there. Tell me what happens next.
I feel as though I'm a man
Okay, very good.
wearing animal pelts on my legs, tied together with leather straps.
Are you young or older? Do you have a feeling of that?
Middle-aged.
Okay. Are you carrying anything?
A staff.
A staff. Can you describe?
A wood staff.
Okay.
Walking stick.
Ah, a walking stick. Okay. Very, very good. Look around you right now and tell me what else you see as you look around you in this place.
Very primitive, round wood, thatch, mud huts.
Okay. Are there any people? Do you see any people or animals?
I see indigenous children.
Okay.
So that must be people.
So what kind of activity is going on around you?
Just day-to-day life for these people.
Okay. Do you know these people? Are they your family?
They would be considered my community.
Your community. And do you know what your role is in this community? A job? No.
Not so much protector, guide.
Okay. So let's take this moment in this lifetime. Let's very gently move forward to a day and a time when something important is happening. And let me know when you get to this place.
I see a gathering of people.
Okay, and what are they doing?
Everyone is afraid, they're arguing, they're trying to figure out what to do.
Okay, let's listen. Listen to what they're saying. Tell me what you hear.
Everybody thinks they have an answer. Somebody else argues that that's not the answer. And I'm just standing in the back listening.
Are they looking to you for these answers?
They don't want to have to, but they know ultimately they will have to.
They'll have to. Okay. Are you aware of what the problem is that they are trying to solve?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It doesn't feel like it's a physical threat.
Okay. Let's listen to what they're saying and see if we can determine what this problem is.
It feels as though there are other communities trying to enforce their will or desires upon this community, and people want to stay autonomous.
Okay. So let's leave this particular location and move forward in the same lifetime to another day and time when something very important is occurring. So we'll slowly move forward, and when you get there, let me know what you see or hear or what's happening.
I'm having a hard time with this one.
It's okay, there's no pressure. Let's take our time.
I've just been yanked out of it.
Okay, that's fine. So let's go with that. Just take a breath. Relax into the time you're switching and moving forward again into another time and place that is important for you to see. And just take your time, and when you see something or feel something, just tell me.
I see absolute void.
Again, okay.
Flashes of light.
What color is this light?
It's white. And it's coming down in rays.
Let's just be in this light. Is this a void like you experienced before? Or are we in a physical place?
No. There's nothing.
It's okay. There's always something. Stay in the void. Stay with this beautiful light. And let's just enjoy this light. How does it make you feel? How does it feel to you?
I feel nothing.
Nothing is okay. Let's just go through that. It's peace. We'll follow very gently. And let's move forward through this beautiful white light, because this light is taking us somewhere. It's taking us to the next place that it is important for you to visit or to see. So let's just follow. Feel the movement. You're moving through the light. Through the light. We're getting closer to your destination. And there's no hurry to get there. We're just in the moment and moving towards that next destination. And you will get there. And when you do, just let me know what is happening, if anything, or what you see.
I just see this huge ball of purple light in my third eye, and it's just consuming my vision.
Okay, allow that. Allow that beautiful purple light to consume you. It's there for a reason. The light is healing. Allow it to consume you. And as we're in this purple light, allow the purple light to take you to a place or time that it wishes for you to see. Surrender to that light and allow it to take you. I see it too. It's beautiful. And it's moving you. It's moving you forward. It's like it's protecting you. It's escorting you safely through time and space. Can you feel it moving?
Yeah, it feels like a bubble.
Okay. The bubble is moving. Can you feel where it's taking you? Can you feel the movement of the bubble?
But I almost have the sense it doesn't want to take me anywhere.
Wants you to stay. Okay, that could very well be the case. Let's be quiet, and I want you to listen. And I'm asking this bubble of beautiful violet light. You're here with Laura now. Can you tell her what it is you wish for her to see or to do? If she is not meant to go to another time and place, is someone wishing to communicate with her? I'm asking the light to speak to you. Let me know if you hear it or feel it more than anything telling you.
It feels very protective.
Mm-hmm. So I'm asking the light, what is it? What are you trying to protect Laura from? Is it answering you?
Not yet. I see a turtle for some reason.
Oh, that's good. Go with the turtle. That's okay. The turtle is a symbol of just slow and steady, taking your time. You don't want to try to get anywhere too quickly.
I'm being shown glimpses of things. Not that I need to be taken there. I see glimpses of
Okay.
the earth. I see glimpses of Lemurian times.
Okay. Very good.
I see glimpses of Hawaii,
Ah, okay.
places I've been. I think they're trying to show me a sequence of something.
Sequence of events, the progression possibly of your lifetimes. Let's be with this light again. And it was showing you Lemurian times.
Yeah.
Let's ask the light if they could expand upon or possibly bring us to Laura's lifetime in Lemuria, if they would agree to that.
It feels like they do.
They agree. So the beautiful light, would you please help Laura slowly, as you showed us, and calmly escort us to Laura's most important and relevant lifetime in Lemuria, where we may learn some lessons or glean valuable information that will help Laura in this current time. So let's just relax now into the light, and let's allow the light to do what it must, to escort us slowly forward. We're moving towards Lemuria, and when you get closer, you will begin to see things, and you can tell me what it is that you see or feel or hear. Take your time.
I feel like I'm being dropped down into it.
Allow it. We're gonna float. We're gonna drop as if we're riding on a cloud, and we're just floating down and down and down until we're on the ground in Lemuria. And once you get there at your own pace, tell me when you arrive and what your impressions are. No hurry.
I feel very dizzy.
Okay, of course. Well, very dizzy. Well, let's take a moment and breathe and kind of get your balance after coming down so far.
I feel very disoriented being there.
Okay, that's all right. Can you feel the ground under your feet?
I feel upside down. It's strange.
That's okay. That's totally fine. Let's allow the light, which is still with you, to turn you so that you're not upside down. You're not dizzy. You're solidly on the ground with your feet. So the light is going to help you do that. So let's just relax into the light, and it's going to slowly move you. Okay? And tell me when that is done.
Okay.
Very good. So we're on the ground in Lemuria. What do you feel under your feet? Are you wearing shoes? Or are you feeling something under your feet?
Feel sand.
Sand. Very good. Okay. Let's take a moment and very gently feel into the body. How does the body feel right now? Just get your impressions at your own pace.
I always assumed I would have been a human, but I'm not.
Really, can you tell me, look at your hands. What do they look like? What do you see?
Long fingers.
What color is your skin?
Iridescent blue.
Beautiful. As you're looking at your hands, are there any distinguishing markings or adornments on your hands?
Feels like it almost sparkles.
Okay, great. Now look down at your feet. Can you describe those for me?
It feels like a cliche, but the body almost looks like the characters in Avatar.
It's not a cliche. There's truth to everything. So that's good. Let's go with that. Now, are you able to describe your face to me? Do you know what your face looks like? Anything that you pick up? Do you have hair?
I'm just making sure that I'm not making this up.
I'm not making it up. You need to let's take a breath and let's quiet the thinking mind and just allow the purple light to help you. It's still around you. It's helping you stay present in this moment. I see it too. It's very, very real. I see what you see. So relax into the idea, into the truth that this is real and we both see it. Okay?
She's very tall, very etheric looking.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Do you feel like you're any specific gender, male or female?
It feels female.
Female. Very good. Look around you. Tell me if you see anything in the landscape around you. Any other people?
I feel as though I'm there, but they don't necessarily see me.
Okay. And what do they look like? When you see them, can you tell me about them?
Very Polynesian and even Hawaiian,
Okay.
dark
Yeah,
hair.
very good. Let's look now around. Do you see any buildings, any structures?
No, I just see mountains and caves and
Okay,
is
very good. Let's walk. Walk. Is there any water?
yeah, the ocean.
Okay, very good. Let's walk over to the ocean and let's kneel down and look at our reflection in the water. It's like a mirror because it's so clean. And I'm being prompted by the light, the violet light, that this is okay. I want you to look at your reflection and tell me about your face. What does your face look like?
I feel very emotional.
Okay, do you feel love?
Yes.
Because that was a beautiful time. Beautiful. And it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel this. Okay, now we will not be disturbed by any external noise, okay, in the human world. Let's stand up and let's walk amongst these people. Can anyone see you?
The children do.
Children do. Are they speaking to you?
I walk by and I pat them on their head.
Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Let's keep going. Where are we headed right now? What do you see before you? Where are we going? It's okay to feel that emotion and love. It's a special time. A beautiful time.
The children follow.
That's good. Okay, so they know you. Let's see. Where are we going with the children? This is a happy life. Where are we headed?
I teach them.
Ah, lovely. What do you teach them? What type of subjects?
The truth of who they are.
And who are they?
They almost feel like they're my children, but I don't know how they could be.
Well, that is because we're all connected by Source. We're all the children of God, brothers and sisters. So that does make sense. Okay, so you teach the children. Very good. Now let's take this lifetime in Lemuria and let's move forward just a bit. Again, we're in the purple light and it's going to slowly move us just towards another day in this lifetime when something important happens, something of great significance in this life of yours. And again, as the turtle showed us, we go slow. There's no pressure. We just take our time till we arrive. And when you get there, just let me know.
And say goodbye to them.
You're saying goodbye. Do you know where you're going? Why you're leaving?
It's time.
It's time. It's time. And it's time for what? Is something important about to happen there or where you're going? Just take your time and relax and let me know what comes. What you remember.
Just feels like my shift is over.
Okay. And how? So you're going to leave now. Okay.
I feel myself floating away.
Let's float. Let's do that. You still feel the purple light around you?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Let's allow that light to be our friend and our guide because it knows both of us very well. I can sense that. So let's be in the bubble and let's float. And we're in the bubble now. Do you know where the bubble is taking us? Where are we going?
Back to our people.
Back to your people. Let's go there. That sounds wonderful. Let's stay in the violet bubble and let's allow and feel. You're feeling yourself moving home. And you stay in the bubble. And when we arrive home to your home star or planet or people, I want you to let me know once our bubble lands, once we get there. Tell me when we arrive. And again, take your time.
I feel like we just shift into this new place.
Okay, very good. Are your feet on the ground? Are you home? Do you feel anything? You're in this place that you call home?
Doesn't feel as good as Earth felt, though.
It doesn't feel the same way Lemuria felt?
Mm-mm.
Okay then, we're here as observers. We just need to learn and remember. So I want you to expand a little bit on that feeling. Do you know what's going on at home that doesn't feel as good? Is something happening there?
It's just sterile.
Yeah. Look around. Tell me what it looks like. Tell me what the landscape. If you see any any kind of natural things or buildings, anything at all that you see.
Faceted crystal. It's cold and it's hard. It's pretty.
What color?
Light blues, purples.
Okay. Are there any structures, any buildings, dwellings?
Yeah, made out of that same structure of crystal. It's cold.
Okay. Okay. Take a look around very gently. Are there any people coming to greet you? Anyone, any beings?
It feels like when you go to an airport and you get off of a plane and people are waiting in the waiting room.
Okay, let's go towards those people. Do you see them? What do they look like? Can you describe them for me in any way? Just take your time and allow the
It's very abstract.
abstract. Okay.
Um,
Do they have body?
this doesn't feel like it did when I saw my council. This feels very different.
Okay, this is a different experience.
Yeah.
The council is still here. You know they're part of you, but this is an experience, a lifetime, an experience that they feel may have some relevance for you right now. So, are they? How are the people greeting you? Are they communicating or what's happening now? So, like we're in this airport and we're in this.
There's like this demand to know what happened or
Okay.
what did you accomplish, and it doesn't feel welcoming. It feels demanding.
Demanding. Okay. Let's ask them for more details. What did they send you to accomplish? That why did you go to Lemuria? Because they're asking you for a report. What was there? What was your mission?
Expand consciousness.
Expand the consciousness. Okay. And why did they send you? Why was it important to expand the consciousness in the excuse me, the consciousness in this place?
They're not they're not angry or demanding. They're just impatient.
Right. They're impatient. They're impatient because they wanted something to be accomplished on Earth. Is that correct?
That's what it feels like.
Let's ask them. Let's ask them, what was the mission? What was it that was so important for Lord to do on earth? Let's ask them.
I had to start somewhere is what I'm hearing.
Okay, that's a good answer. My next question is, this place that you're in right now, this particular place with these people, is this your home planet?
No,
It is not. What are you doing there with these people? Do you know why you're there? What made you come to these people?
I'm hearing that it's just a transit.
It's a transit. Okay.
It's just a stopover.
Does this place have a name? No. Okay. We're going to climb back into the purple bubble now. Let's do that. Tell me when you're settled in and comfortable in the bubble. Okay? Let me know when you're there.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so now we're in the bubble and do you feel good in the bubble?
I feel safer.
Beautiful. All right, so let's speak to this beautiful energy around us. We're in the bubble now. And let's move from this stopover point to the home planet. Let's keep going. We've been there, you've been debriefed. We're all done there. Now we will ask the purple bubble of light to take us forward at its own pace to Laura's true home planet or star. So let's relax and enjoy this journey home. And when you arrive, just let me know, okay?
Everything's black.
Are you still in the bubble of light?
I don't even see purple anymore. It's literally black.
Okay. Have we arrived someplace or are we still moving? How do you feel moving or do you feel like we're somewhere?
I feel like it's just hovering.
Hovering. Okay, that's all right. Let's breathe and let's communicate with whatever light is around you. Obviously, you're in a safe place because it's not around us anymore. So let's relax and together, let's just allow ourselves to slowly float as though on a cloud. We're floating down out of the blackness and the darkness. Look below you. Do you see a planet or a star or land below you? You're floating down.
I feel like I'm dropping down, but I don't see anything yet.
Okay, we're far away. We're up high. Let's just get closer. Tell me when you see a shape or an image or a color, just or that you feel something. But again, take your time. Allow the pictures to form.
I feel like we just dropped on top of a ship.
Okay. Oh, great. All right. Let's stay there for a moment. In that moment, can you describe this ship? Can you tell me what you see?
feel like we just went through the roof into the inside.
That makes perfect sense as it's energy. So now we're inside. Let's be there, comfortable there. And when you're ready, tell me what you see as you look around. What does this ship look like? Tell me what you see.
Star Trek.
Perfect. Okay. Star Trek. What color are the walls?
It's like a silver plexiglass.
Okay. Look at the walls. Is there anything on the walls? Anything that you see on the walls?
It's like a unique texture, almost ribbed, like diamond.
Okay.
It's faceted.
How does the energy in this place feel to you? You feel good? Does it feel familiar?
It feels excitable.
Ah, okay. How are you feeling about being here on this ship?
It's like when you're going on a trip and you packed your bags and you're on the plane and you're going somewhere you want to go.
Right? Okay.
Level of anticipation, and you have an adventure.
Okay. Let's think about and look around again. Are there any other beings there? Is anyone in the room?
Yeah, I feel people are just mulling around doing all kinds of things.
Okay.
They don't all look the same.
Can you describe any of them for me? Sounds wonderful.
I'm feeling drawn to scientists.
Okay.
Let me see what they look like. They're small.
Oh, okay. What color are they?
They're humanoid. Their heads are large and oblong, long this way.
Oh, really? Do they have hair?
No, but they're very intellectual. They're very chatty.
Oh, very good. Would you like to
They're,
speak to them? Let's ask them who they are. Yes, can they introduce themselves to us?
they have a very masculine energy.
Okay. Can you ask them? Let's ask them where do they come from? What is their home called? Their home planet or star?
They're Vega.
Vega. Okay, wonderful. Ask them what your mission is aboard this ship with them. What are you there to do?
I hear and see the word alliance.
Okay.
I'm trying to get more.
Don't try. Just allow. Let it just come. No hurry.
I'm part of the leadership. I'm part of commandment.
Okay.
I like to engage with the different departments so I can know what's going on.
Let's find out, what is the mission that this ship has? What is your mission, the crew of this ship? What are you doing?
Feel very confident
Mm-hmm.
and in control.
Are you out in the star system to accomplish a specific task? Does the ship have a mission, a reason it's there?
Oversee.
Okay. What does it oversee?
Protect against anything nefarious.
Okay, very good. Very good. Let's stay in this room and look around again. Do you see any other beings there? Anybody else besides the vegans?
I see a beautiful humanoid being with long silver hair.
Oh, very good. Let's speak to them. Ask them who they are. Where did they come from?
I'm feeling very emotional again, and I hear the name Ashtar.
Of course. Okay, Lord Ashtar. Are you speaking with him right now?
I feel the need to get on my knees.
Then go ahead and do that. Absolutely. Follow your heart. When you're ready to talk more, let me know. So you're on your knees.
He tells me to get up.
Okay, let's do what he says. Just tell me what he's saying to you.
This feels telepathic.
That's exactly. Yes. Let's ask Lord Ashtar to tell us more while he is here with us, as he knows you, more about your mission. What is your mission? Let's ask Lord Ashtar. He could probably explain it to us well.
He knows that it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Human emotion
Okay.
and the entanglement.
Yep, he does.
That it's necessary in order to do the work.
Right. Does he have any advice that you can take back to your Earth mission? Anything special? He's there he's there for a reason. What would he like to say to you that could help you to feel better during your mission, or to do what you came to do on Earth?
That it's all a game, but not in a flippant way.
No, I understand.
It's all part of the process,
Mhm.
that I was shown the Lemurian life because that was the beginning of human consciousness.
Right.
And I had a role there, and I have a role again,
Okay.
and I wasn't alone then, and I'm not alone now.
Okay.
I want to ask him what the outcome will be.
Yes. What does he tell you? Does he have any idea?
Humanity has a choice and it has free will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting these thought packets. I need to dissect it.
Okay. That's fine. Again, no hurry.
They are coming to us at night. They are working on us and giving us energy implants. They are reestablishing connections that are broken in the harshness of life here.
Mm-hmm.
So all we have to do is ask for it.
Okay.
We're not making it up. It is happening.
Yes. Does Lord Ashtar, can he give us some idea of what the year 2020 holds for humanity? Is he able to give us any information? We're hearing so many things about the solar flash and the Earth split, the division of 3D and 5D Earth. Is he permitted to give us any of that information that could help us feel safer and more secure in the progression of events, what's taking place?
He says, we can't give you the answer.
That's okay. We had to try, tell him. Um, now, one more thing that we could ask Lord Ashtar. Does he know you well by name?
I don't know if I can pronounce it, but
You just try.
Alia.
Okay. We can work with that. Thank you. And does Lord Ashtar know the name of your home star? Even if we can't pronounce it.
I'm not getting anything.
Okay. Before we leave the ship and leave Lord Ashtar, does he have any last message for you or for the people of Earth?
I'm asking about the solar flash.
Okay. We understand if you can't share too much.
He's saying we're confusing it from a 3D perspective as some sort of physical flash.
Right.
He says that it's been occurring, that's why you're seeing the darkness, that's why the corruption is being unveiled, that's why the child pedophilia rings are being unveiled, that's why people are being unveiled. That is the flash of light. That is what it is that it's light is being shown into the darkness. And it will continue to be in bigger and bigger ways. So we're not waiting for something to happen. It's been happening.
Okay.
I don't know about the consciousness. And the shift in consciousness is happening because people are having to see it. People can choose to ignore it, but it'll be pushed into their face to where they can't ignore it anymore.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's the shifting of consciousness.
Is that all, or is there anything else you would like to say before we move forward?
I'm getting packets.
Okay, let's let them come.
He says I was correct in the way I described to someone recently about how people will choose sides, that communities will be formed like like-minded free-thinking people away from those that choose to live in the darkness.
Okay.
They will find each other and they will create communities no different than the Irish and the Italian and the Chinese did by creating their own communities in Chinatown or Little Italy. That's where society is heading, that we will go back to creating communities where there is an alliance and an alignment in your moral, ethical, and social views. This idea that we are to live in very large metropolitan areas is going to need to die off. Hence why all of the violence is coordinated in those areas. It's all part of the death process, that those cities could no longer exist as they were. So don't be afraid when you see big cities collapsing. Of course, unless you live in one. But the time of spreading back out and having smaller communities where corruption is less able to infiltrate and infest, because there are more eyes looking at what's going on. There's more accountability because you're all in it together. That's been lost. And I felt that recently, so he's confirming that.
Right.
And we're to help do that.
Okay. Does he have any other advice for you regarding your personal mission?
Continue to connect with us, continue to keep that line of communication open.
It's very important.
We will provide you guidance that you can provide to humanity.
Very good.
You can't know all the answers because then it would spoil the game.
And as humans, we want to know the answers. So We understand that. Um, is there any other information of a personal nature that Lord Ashtar has for you before we move forward?
He says you've always been a channel, you'll always be a channel. And your
Very
channel will become stronger the more you connect.
good. Mm-hmm.
Channel your galactic family, you will channel your angelic family, you will channel
Okay.
what information is most needed at the time. It will be emerging, it will not be a trance.
Okay. Now, while we have Lord Ashtar here and we are aboard ship, you did mention I was able to ask a couple of questions. I would like to know from Lord Ashtar if my intuition is correct that I also am a crew aboard this ship, a part of that crew.
Of course you are, you're on the ship right now.
That's what I thought. And just to confirm with me for confidence of my own channeling and intuition that I am part of the Venusian family, as is he.
Humans like to put themselves into boxes and not realize that they're a conglomeration of many, many things.
Yes.
If that makes you happy to identify as that, that is fine.
Of course.
But that is not all that you are. That is not all that she is.
Okay. That confirms my connection with Laura because we've kind of felt that we were on the same crew or team. So that would make perfect sense. And I thank you for that very much. I would like to ask you, Lord Ashtar, since this is our ship and part of our home, is there a healing room or a special place where Laura and I can go to make contacts with her councils and teams in peace? A special place or healing room we could use aboard ship to do that?
When you sleep,
Mm-hmm.
you know that you leave your body.
Yes.
And all you need to do is ask.
Okay. That's important because I can see a special room, healing rooms that I've worked in on the ship. And I was wondering if it would be possible for us to go to one of those rooms now so that Laura and I can question her higher self and her team in a special place of comfort.
Of course.
We shall. Thank you so much, Lord Ashtar. We're very honored that you took this time to be with us. And thank you so much for all the information that you've given us. And now we will allow you to get back to your duties. And Laura, we will take hands, hold hands, as we're both aboard the ship. And let us walk down the corridor to the room of healing. And tell me when you feel that you've arrived in this room. We're going at your pace, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, great. All right. I want you to lie down on the soft chaise, the big chair that's lying the sofa. With your eyes closed, still in that state of consciousness, we're still protected by the violet light. And we're going to breathe slowly. And we're going to request that Laura's higher self, guides, angels, or members of her team, anyone who wishes to make contact today to answer questions for Laura, please make themselves known and let us know if that is okay to do, if you would like to.
I'm seeing a shimmer of light in my third eye. Something's coming.
Okay. Let's just allow slowly. We'll know who it is when they arrive. You're welcome them. When you're ready, you may ask who it is that's come to see us right now and answer questions. Who'd like to assist us? Is someone here with us now?
I feel like something's merging. Give me just a minute.
Oh, don't take your time.
It feels like a very light energy. It doesn't feel like my higher self from before. So I'm trying to identify.
Let's ask if the being that is with us now, identify who they are and what their connection to Laura is.
I think it's Lady Portia.
Lady Portia, welcome, Lady Portia. Lovely. Can you see her? Or is she energy?
I feel that's her energy, but I recognize it.
So Lady Portia, would you be willing to speak to us through Laura and answer some questions that Laura has?
I sense that she's willing to speak, but it won't be through me, it'll be to me.
Okay, well, we will ask her questions. First thing, Laura sent me some questions, and she would like to know if she has galactics and guides with her on a daily basis, and she tends to feel one right behind her, merging into her physicality. She just can't identify who that is. Could you help her with that question, please?
Of course you do. You just spoke to Lord Ashtar.
Yeah. So Lord Ashtar tends to be with Laura often?
If not him, his crew.
Okay, very good. Laura had a question about an event, something that happened at Mount Shasta. She would like to know if that occurrence was real and was she what she thought she was. If you could expand on that for her.
When you ask for evidence, when you ask for proof of who it is you are, we do our best to give it to you.
Okay.
So yes, what you saw was an energetic connection in response to your request.
Okay.
And yes, the lady named Love was that. She was sent in physical representation to interact with you and imprint on you.
Is there anything else Laura needs to know about that experience?
Asking you should always receive. That's the lesson from that experience.
Wonderful. Another question that Laura has, she has presented to me is, Laura has seen a timeline for her future that was also seen by several others. And with everything that's happening on Earth right now, is that particular timeline that she saw still a possibility? And what actions, if any, does she need to take that will bring it about?
As Lord Ashtar presented to you that your society is going to change the way in which it must live,
Mm-hmm.
the vision that you had for your life is still valid. And actually more so now that you realize these things, it may not move and happen in the way you expected it to based on what you saw and what the others saw. It may happen in a different way, but the outcome will occur. It may look like a different building, but nonetheless, it will still be a building. It will still be a community. All of it is still the same. It's just going to happen on a different timeline.
Okay. Makes sense. And would you like to answer any more questions for us, Lady Portia?
As attractive as it may be to want to go out and interact in the craziness that is your world right now, for those of you that have the energies in you and around you with the missions that you're currently on, it would be in your best interest to avoid it.
Okay.
If you're able to utilize personal shoppers or online orders so that you can protect your energy, as much as that goes against your desire to be free, you're actually better off using them.
Okay.
You don't realize that you engage with people that have truly lost themselves. It is harmful to your energy field. It's harmful to your psyche, and it does not help anything.
This brings me to one of my questions that I brought to the session, Lady Portia. It has to do with it feels as though the 3D and the 5D is almost running alongside each other. We can go through a store and it's almost like the people, we don't see each other. We're just two separate timelines kind of in the same place. And it's very difficult at times for us to interact with each other, for us, for the two vibrations to live harmoniously or concurrently. Is there going to be an actual split? I'm sure you know what we mean by the Earth split, where there are the two Earth theory. What is your take on that, Lady Portia?
From a human perspective, the shift will look like Lord Ashtar described, where communities will form where like-minded people wish to engage with each other, and they will create their own environments, their own financial resources. That it will be very different, and that could be seen as a shift or a splitting
Mm-hmm.
in the physical. And by doing that, you are splitting the energies and the timelines, because you're no longer going to engage with those dark 3D lost souls. They will still exist alongside you, but you will not have to engage with them. But it will require choices to be made.
Mm-hmm.
From a spiritual, energetic, galactic perspective, it is very difficult to describe or explain in human words. And it may be unfair to say, trust us.
We do trust you. It's just, there's so much of the veil still here that oftentimes there's a lot we miss. And we're waiting, sometimes we need to ask some questions and have a little help. Laura this is kind of a general question about what is actually happening on the planet. And we did touch on quite a bit of that with you and Lord Ashtar. And is there any advice you could give us to help us weather these times better and to get through this time of shift and change?
As spoken before, the most important thing you can do spiritually and energetically is to avoid walking into a storm.
Okay.
If you know or have concern that you're going to be attacked because you choose to live differently than others
Mm-hmm.
into their environment or their domain,
Mm-hmm.
puts you at risk. And if it's unnecessary, then we advise that you just avoid. I know that may feel as though you're giving up your rights, but in actuality, you're taking more control by choosing how you can interact with others. It is your choice.
That makes sense. Laura also was wondering, from the perspective of her current incarnation, is she on the right path? Is there more that she could be doing? And is the work that she's doing now what she should be doing? If you could help with that one?
All of your jobs, if you want to call them that, all of your missions in this life are to expose the fallacies and darkness in life and to help people awaken and expand their consciousness. That has always been your mission as a soul. It will always continue to be your mission as a soul.
Is she doing that?
The way in which you are all doing that is exactly what you need to be doing by expanding awareness. But what's most crucially important that most are forgetting is that you need to soothe those. You need to give them encouragement and support so that as they're facing these things and don't have the spiritual armor and strength that you do,
Mm-hmm.
you can help them through the storm. If there's anything we can suggest or encourage you to do, it is to always include that in your messaging and your interactions. You can point out problems, you can point out issues, but you must sandwich and envelop them in love and compassion. That is the way in which you will help people through this. Not everyone will go through this and end up on the same side as you. Side meaning good versus dark or light versus dark. Not everybody wants to do that, and that's okay. But those that want to be awake and aware need compassion and love because they're having to be deprogrammed. Laura completely understands this. because she has recently, even though she felt she was awake and aware, was under the same spell that many are under now. And it took awareness and willingness to look for her to awaken. And that's happening in so many that may not even express that out loud. And so to bring them in with love and support and to let them know that it's okay that this is the way you viewed things, and we know that it's hard to see it a different way, and we're going to be here to help and support you. That is the most important thing you can do as light workers right now.
Thank you so much. That is beautiful advice. Thank you so much. And as this all plays out and these communities form, Laura is wondering, what role is she going to play in these 5D communities? Like, what is her role going to change? Is she going to have a specific mission when once this occurs?
The vision that she's had of her timeline future, of a leader of a community.
Okay.
She create a community around human evolution, expansion, and love. And that remains unchanged. She will have a large role in helping to facilitate the creation of this community and many others. So she will just continue to move along the path she is. She's connecting right now with large groups of very important organizations that are fighting for freedom. Easy. She's made these connections easily, and it surprises her. But it's not a surprise because she's aligning with the forces that are going to be part of this new world, these new communities. And she'll continue to do that, and she's open to that and sees it as her mission.
Wonderful. So she's on the right path then.
Yes.
What about her grandchildren and her children? She's trying to help them become more self-sufficient, or what can she do to help them move forward as the planet evolves? Do you have any advice in that respect that she could use?
It's the same advice that we just gave about how to help people who are struggling,
Okay.
whether they be their children, their friends, their family, their coworkers. Children have a special connection because you've birthed them, you've raised them, and there were mistakes made based on where you were at the time, and there's that baggage and that guilt. But at the end of the day, you have to treat your children no different than you would treat any other individual who is seeking the truth and trying to find their purpose, and giving them love and compassion, but giving them that tough love that you must find where you can be of benefit to society. That's the most important with her children.
Wonderful. That's really, really good advice. And is part of her mission on Earth to be a channeler? That was one of her questions.
Well, she's channeling right now.
She is. Absolutely. Okay. That's absolutely perfect. Before you leave us, Lady Portia, Laura and I have a really strong connection that we kind of wanted to get a little more information about. The last time we worked on a QHHT session, we spent a great deal of time with her council. Is that the same council that I am on too? Is that a connection we have? Because they seemed very familiar with me also.
There are so many energies and beings and consciousnesses. Really, Laura identified Lady Portia as the energy speaking to her and through her now, because Lady Portia is on her wall, and she called Lady Portia in at the beginning of this.
Wonderful.
However, we are not one individual. We are a consciousness.
Okay.
There is an infinite amount of high level consciousnesses that have the desire to help human beings. And we will connect with those that have the ability and the desire to connect with us. In response to your council is a collection of extremely high frequency beings that we all originate from. So in a sense, you would say that we were all the same. We're all from that place. The council has no name. It has no identity. It is the, as you would say, top of the top of the top. It is true source energy. That is where we come from, and that is where you come from.
That's a beautiful answer. It's just, again, it's going to be nice when we're able to truly access this with no obstructions. I know some of our questions might sound a little elementary because of that fact. Who am I speaking with now? Am I speaking with the collective at the moment?
Yes, we are a consciousness collective that has come today to give you guidance.
Wonderful.
For you to identify it as one individual, like Abraham or Cryon or Adironda or any other, then that is fine. But at the end of the day, it's all the same. We're all group consciousness that connects with your frequency, and we can communicate in that way.
Do you have any more advice or anything else that you could give Laura, or to both of us, or to the humanity as a whole? Anything else that you would like to say? Because we're open and we're listening, and we will be sharing this information far and wide for anybody who's meant to hear it.
The planet's in the condition it's in now because we've forgotten the core essence of what it is to be human, to love, to honor, to have compassion, to have connection to one another, and to care about one another. And that idea has been bastardized, it has been twisted, and it has been lost. The need to return to that is critical to the survival of humanity as you know it now. That is why we insist that when you express truths, that you envelop it in love and understanding, and not slap people out of their unconsciousness, as Laura likes to do.
That's what Laura likes to do.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm sure that she's going to take that to heart too. Sometimes, again, because we're dealing with the human emotions, it can be very, very frustrating. We all deal with it, you know, or approach it in different ways. I think there's a lot of impatience here on the planet where people, as light workers, and I know Laura and I both kind of share this, we've talked about it, we're exhausted. We are so tired. And there are moments when we just want to kind of fly away in a sense. And I know that there's a lot of people feeling that way. Do you have any advice for she and I and all the others who are just feeling this tremendous exhaustion and impatience to get on with it?
Well, we laugh because we understand.
Oh, okay.
But the best advice we can give you, and it sounds like we're repeating ourselves.
No, that's okay, you're not.
You need to form these communities. You've done that with your social media connections, where people can communicate no matter where they are, no matter what time of day. It will turn into physical communities. But as far as what can you do to help support yourself and not be exhausted and feel depleted, we've already told you. Avoid all that you can dealing with the sleepers. Laura has used the term zombies, and that really is truly what you're working against. These people who choose to fall in line and believe the narrative are asleep, And they're also, not only are they asleep, but they're dangerous. They're dangerous to your energy. They're vampires, and they can suck the life force out of your system. And I know that sounds fear-based.
No, it's not. It makes
You're
it's
a human visualization of what's occurring. You can easily identify this when you go somewhere and you come back and you feel exhausted.
That was, yes, yesterday. That was me.
That is a very physical, real thing you're experiencing, and it is your intuition that has been trying to tell you. But again, you fight against it because you feel like this isn't fair. I should be able to go to a store and pick my own apple. But at what cost? At what cost are you willing to fight against the man? It is more important now as a light worker to avoid, connect with those that are of like mind, have discussions that are open and vulnerable so that you can help each other. And when you can, physically join together and have those same communities, and then nothing can touch you.
That makes sense. That's very, very good advice. That's something we try to do. It's hard sometimes though, collective, because we have to go to work or to do jobs that require us, like myself and most likely Laura, to go into places where those people are in order to, pay the bills and different things. That does bring me to another question. The internet is filled with information, and they're talking about something called Nasara and Jasara as far as a financial reset for our planet and our country. Is that a reality? Is that something we are going to see happen in our lifetime?
You're already seeing a financial reset. I think that the way in which it's described seems very fantastical.
Yes.
Almost fairy tale like, where you're going to open your doors and have a bucket of gold coins outside waiting. That's not necessarily what you'll experience. What's happening is a complete breakdown of a corrupt financial system. And when you spin a top, it has to come to a complete stop before it can spin the other direction. And that is what you're experiencing now. And it will be painful, and it will be scary, and it will be ugly. But it is most critically important now that you prepare for the short duration of this breakdown. And Laura has already spoken to you about that preparation. She is currently
She did tell me.
others.
It
is crucial. This is real life. You need food, you need water, and you need safety. Those of you that are aware and connected to source and have been receiving these messages are listening and acting on them. Those that are not, it will be very painful. So we don't want you to experience unnecessary pain if you can avoid it.
So basically, what Laura, just to elaborate for the others who will hear this, is Laura did tell me the importance of stocking up on like non-perishable foods and kind of keep stocking up the pantry and different things like that for an inevitability related, I guess, to the finances. And I never did that because I always thought that if I did that, it would be a fear-based decision. And I think there's a lot of other people out there too that are struggling, going back and forth with that. By doing that, you're buying into the fear. So that is not correct?
No. You can compare those that are consumed with the idea. Let us give you the example.
Okay.
There are those that speak about things as if they have already happened. Things like a chipped vaccine being forced onto humanity.
That's another question.
Time, it is just a possibility. It is not a probability. Well, let me rephrase. It is a probability, possibility. It is not actually happening in here and now. But there are those that act as though it is.
Oh.
Yes, that kind of mindset can bring about that timeline. What we are telling you, and what is obvious to you, is that your financial system that needs to collapse is collapsing. It is breaking down. If you see a storm coming, do you stand in front of the wave and then complain when it drowns you? Or do you move out of the way? That is not fear-based. That is being rational. That is being conscious.
Okay.
We're not asking you to stockpile years and years of food, because yes, that is fear-based. We're asking you to use common sense, provide for yourself and your loved ones, and if you can, have extras for those that might be in need. But there is going to come a time in the short run where you will need to be prepared for stores being emptied, for not wanting to go out and be amongst the energies that we've spoken about. That is not fear-based, that is rational.
Okay. And on the same subject, I know you know the conversation Laura and I had recently, and I shared with her kind of a devastating financial incident that happened to me and my mom recently. Is that part of a cord cutting from the old system? I'm kind of backpedaling to kind of get over it right now. Could you tell me why that happened, and when these things are happening to other people out of the blue, what that could mean? Is that some way that we're detaching from the old system? That's what I'm getting kind of from my guides.
Well, you're all being asked to change the way you live.
Okay.
We like to have more than enough, but is it more than we need? And
yes,
if you have two vehicles,
yes,
you need two vehicles, or is one sufficient? Is debt that vehicle created for you creating more hardship than the hardship of one vehicle?
Yep. Okay, so you do know the conversation. What definitely, and that's again what I was getting from my team. Again, it helps to have that verbal reiteration through somebody else, because I know that's happening to a lot of people that might be losing things that are sucking them dry financially. And what will, again, just on the same topic, because this stuff is so important for everyone that is struggling right now. One of the things I've always taken exception to in the old system that's crashing is credit reports. And that was one of the things that kind of took a nosedive with my situation. Is that something that's going to be phased out at any time soon? I'm feeling like that's very much a dying concept.
As we spoke about before, your new communities are going to be created to where you're no longer financially dependent on the old way of being. So to answer your question, right now it has some sort of value, but do you think you're the only one that has been damaged with a credit report rating? 30,000 or 30 million people have more likely been damaged. So if you look at that from a 3D perspective, if 30 million or 40 million people have credit that has just been destroyed, what value or reference does a credit report hold anymore?
It doesn't.
It really is worthless. So we would not tell you to worry about that. What we would tell you to do is use any funds you have to buy things that will sustain you. Paying a credit card bill does not sustain you. Food and water sustains you.
Thank you. That is advice that I'm sure is going to be like gold to everybody listening. Absolutely. And I missed a question that Laura had. I'm just going to back off of my questions about Nosara for a moment. And she was wondering about her and her husband. Are they going to ever have a home of their own with just the two of them living in it? I don't want to neglect that.
There will always be people coming in and out of their home. The main issue that caused her to ask that question really boils down to boundaries.
Okay.
You could have 100 people living in your home. As long as your boundaries were firm, you could coexist without problem. The problem for her and her husband is the boundaries have been negligible, if at all present. And when boundaries then are tried to be applied, it's met with tremendous resistance. So really, it's going to be an effort on their part to have to set and hold and maintain boundaries so that people can live and cohabitate peacefully. So yes, there will come a time when their adult children have moved on, but that doesn't mean that there won't be others. Her friend Beverly is moving into her home shortly, and that really will be a change in their environment, a change in which how they interact, but the boundaries have been set and will continue to be maintained, so there will be no problem. It will be that way for the rest of their lives. Boundaries have always been a problem, and they have to work to develop and maintain those and be consistent.
That's a very good advice that she can take. And then I guess one more question, because we don't want to take advantage of all of your time or whatever. One more question is COVID-19. What is your take on COVID-19, and what about it? The role of President Trump. What is happening right now? There's just so many things all interrelated.
This isn't the first volatile time in human history. It's just the first time you have experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to speak to people that were living through World War II, especially those in Germany where Jews were taken and blacks were taken and Romanians were taken and murdered, they would probably laugh at your concerns about today. So it's all relative. However, it's quite ironic from our perspective that a virus that is invisible, that has yet to even be identified, has caused such chaos in your world. It's quite comical. However, it was a necessary, and necessary evil is a very good description of what the situation is. It is a necessary evil to awaken humanity. Now, it appears by looking out your door, if you are witnessing people on the streets, that not many people are awakening. And that can feel very challenging for you or make you hopeless. Don't let that be an indicator as to the level of awakening that's happening on this planet. It is not a good indicator. It is a good indicator of fear.
Right.
That fear, for whatever reason. And the more that you can help people to see there's nothing to fear, to help change that perspective, the quicker you will be able to move to that next phase of evolution. So we would say to you that fear is of the darkness. Fear is detrimental to your soul. But fear also pushes people to a point where they have to choose. Do I continue to live in fear, or do I strip away the fear and remember what it is to be a sovereign being? That is the mission at this time for all of you. So it may seem scary, it may seem overwhelming, but it will just play out just like every other major human experiment throughout history.
And this is all pertaining to the truth coming out. There's so many issues now that are being revealed, such as the child trafficking issue.
Yes.
Yes. Can you give us any additional information about that? Any insight?
You mentioned President Trump.
Yes.
Perhaps because she despised him and couldn't see a positive thing about him ever. And so for her to see him as anything other than evil was very difficult.
Okay.
She began to pray for him. And when she did that, she began to see that maybe it wasn't what it was presented to be. Trump is a disruptor. along with others that work with him, and
Mhm.
makes disrupting things that are corrupt or broken in order to try to change them. So he is acting in his full capacity as a disruptor, and that is his sole agreement. We cannot tell you whether or not he will be successful in reaching any particular point, but we would say to you that it's obvious, if you look, that he's been very successful at exposing a tremendous amount of corruption by either looking as though he's committing it or he's unveiling it. So he is purposeful in all of his actions, and we applaud him and congratulate him and support him on his mission. We ask that you pray for him and surround him in your light so that he can continue to be disruptive.
Okay, very good. Before we go, do you have any last message at all? Or are we finished?
We know that this has been very difficult for all of you, and we send you our currents of compassion and love and peace and soothing. And all you need to do is find a quiet place, in nature preferably, to have that land on you, per se.
Mm-hmm.
We know that there are going to be days that are better than others, and we are always here for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the two of you can call upon Lord Ashtar and go to the ship for healing if you should need it. That is available to anyone.
Yes. And
I encourage you to take advantage of that.
and on that same note, I'm sure I'm not the only one in this situation, but I've always been conscious of, I see it as three. It's what Dolores Cannon refers to as the nurse beings. They come to me as Arcturian healing beings that travel with me everywhere. And what they say is the quote is, they're keeping me alive here on the planet. Is that true? And is that the case for many light workers that are here?
Because we know that you have such a hard time, because you have the ability to see.
Mm-hmm.
See all that you see, it is very difficult on your human psyche.
Yes.
So yes, we do provide you protection and support, because we can't expect you to exist in this environment and be unprotected or unshielded and continue to expect you to be on mission. That would be very unfair, would it not?
It would. And has Laura had a great many lifetimes incarnated here on the planet? She seems very strong to me.
The idea of lifetimes on the planet is interesting, because there are so many parallel timelines happening all at the same time on this planet that you can't see, that are just stacked upon one another. So you could say that there are thousands upon thousands of lives happening right at this moment, much less past or present. So to be able to quantify a number of lives that any of you have lived would be impossible.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much for being here and speaking with us. We definitely are going to take to heart everything you say, and we are going to be sure to share this information so that as many people as possible can see it, because we need some encouragement, and we need that feeling of connection, which is what you've given us. So thank you so much.
We are always here for you. You should only ask, and we will be there in a second.
We have to get over that human feeling that we're bothering you. And I think that, again, is kind of, we tend to restrain ourselves because we feel like we're asking for too much. So we will get over that, and we will be sure to call on you all the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Laura, we're going to bring your light body back into your physical body. We're going to bring you back in a very slow way. So let's climb back aboard a beautiful circle of violet light. Let's get in and get settled for our journey. And tell me when you're back into the violet energy.
Okay.
All right, let's just relax and get comfortable. And very slowly come back, very slowly into the physical body, not in a fast or jarring way, but very gently. Allow the body to align with the energy. There is no hurry to open your eyes. Feel your heart. As we breathe, your heart's expanding. You're taking in all the information, all the wonderful wisdom you've attained. Feel it all coming into your heart space. And with our heart, we feel this overwhelming sense of gratitude to all the wonderful beings who assisted us. We're sending gratitude and thanks and love for all they gave us. So very slowly, as that beautiful violet energy integrates into your body, stays with you. That's with you. It's going to stay with you and protect you. And you just have to call on that. I can feel it saying that to me. The energy is there. And when you're ready and feel like you're back in your own time, you can open your eyes. Feel yourself grounding.
That was good.
Get your water.